I'm just here for the beer. I'm just here for the beer.
This is Just Here for the Beer, Canada's only dedicated beer radio show. You can also watch the video stream live online. Just go to am650radio.com. Joe Leary and Rick Mohabir welcoming back Ralph Janaik. He's the general manager of Viti Wine and Lager. You have a beautiful array of beers in front of you. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. Looks like you got something for every taste there to pull that little chill out of the air here.
Absolutely. Beautiful, colorful cans. And how are you enjoying those beers, by the way?
I'm loving it.
Yeah?
I'm loving it.
That's
I know
good.
that. I know I've had the Mad Tom, and I'm looking forward to finishing with that.
Well,
but
see, and I was waiting for the tour. You guys are just digging in here like
we
it's
just jumped
Christmas
ahead.
time. No, the packaging is kind of cool. What exactly have you got there, Ralph?
Well, we talked about it the last show a little bit, and this is Muskoka Brewing out of Ontario. And Muskoka Brewery is based out of Bracebridge, and they started up in 1996. So contrary to popular belief, we didn't invent craft beer here in the Pacific Northwest. They've been doing craft beer back east for quite some time, and the Muskoka people have been now just getting a little bit bigger into the market. They started off, like I said, in 1996, and it was Gary McMullen and Kirk Evans who started up the brewery. They have now expanded their team to about 50 people in the 16 years that they have started. So the first thing that you've been trying here is the Muskoka Craft Lager. And the one thing that you'll notice throughout all the beers, I think, is the quality of the water. The Muskoka water is incredibly soft, and it adds just a beautiful plush texture to the beer experience.
Which is kind of contrary to what a lot of Ontario water tends to be, a bit more minerally, a little bit more hard than what we're used to out here.
Well, I love the beer, and I love the color, and I think they're getting the recipes
gorgeous.
absolutely right. And they make 4 different beers, as you see here. We've got the lager. We've also got the cream ale, which is the first beer that they started with 16 years ago, and it's sort of their signature beer. And in point of fact, we were just talking about it before this segment, and it's got a beautiful creamy texture to it. It's really a classic cream ale.
Where are they positioned in the Ontario beer market? And more importantly, is there a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess hands across the border when it comes to, we've heard the hassles with wine interprovincially. What's it like in the beer market?
Well, I know that the folks at Muskoka have been interested in the BC market for some time. They've been having a bit of a challenge trying to get in. Now, I've done this for Viti as a special order, so these beers are available through our store exclusively for the time being. But we hope that the Muskoka Brewing people will be in this market at some point. They are, I believe, as far west as Manitoba right now.
Okay, so partnered now. We've tried the lager and we've tried the cream ale. What's in the black can there?
The black can is the dark lager, and this has some beautiful classic sort of coffee roast
Smell
notes.
the nose on this one.
Oh yeah, nice.
And yet when it hits your palate, you're not getting a stout or a porter experience necessarily. It really does feel a little bit more like it's a session beer, something that you can drink a few of.
So it's light in its body, right? Light on the tongue, but you still got that rich flavor towards the end of it.
Yeah. Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, and in point of fact, the next one you're going to try is the Mad Tom IPA, and that's won a number of awards just in the last couple of years. They've won a silver medal for Best IPA at the Canadian Brewing Awards, and at the Ontario Brewing Awards, they won a gold medal at the Mondial des Bières, which is an international competition in Montreal, and an even bigger success, just recently this June, they've won an ELSI award, which is sort of the LCBO equivalent of the Oscars, and it's for Best New Product Launch, and they beat out Unibrew and they beat out Rolling Rock from Labatt's. So this is I think they're the smallest brewer to ever win that award.
So this is definitely going to be a hoppy beer, and I know you're not about the hops, but
you insisted I dip my toe in the hop waters each and every show.
But the smell.
Okay.
The smell, get that nose.
So that's the Mad Tom IPA you're going to get.
So you've got that nice citrusy note to it.
You take this one. Again, it's funny because you have introduced me to some stuff that does have a hoppier taste to it, but the hops are relatively subdued. I'm tasting a bit more hop here than I would have thought.
Yeah.
a little bit more grapefruit towards the
Yeah,
end
definitely some
on the tongue,
grapefruit, yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and now that is a beautiful thing about the different styles of hops that we have access to here in the Pacific Northwest, right? Each one is going to either add some nose to it or it's going to add some flavor, whether that be the bitter, the grapefruit, the citrus, orange, tangerine kind of flavor to it. All of those things will come out via the hops.
Right.
And yet, you know, what I find with the Mad Tom is that it does actually introduce itself almost more like an English-style IPA until you get that West Coast citrus, pine needle kind of hop character in that beer.
Ralph Janicki is the general manager of Viti Wine and Lager. You can check out the website, vitiwinelager.com. And, of course, certainly Moda Hotel at the corner of Seymour and Smythe. So this is your Brewer of the Month.
Yeah.
And, again, 4 cans or 4 different styles, flavor profiles in the portfolio. What kind of reaction have you had in the store to it?
Well, it's been very, very positive. As a matter of fact, you know, we're selling through fairly quickly. I mean, there's going to be some for the next month. I think that's not going to be an issue. What we are selling out of is the one that I brought in the least of, and that is their seasonal harvest ale. It comes in a 750 ml bottle, and I've already blown through 2 cases. I can't tell you how successful that's been. It's really surprised me, actually.
That's nice stuff. I like that. Of course, you're batting 1,000 with the brews you bring in here, but that's a nice portfolio. So again, this is relatively in limited quantity here in British Columbia.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, it is available only through the 2 VD stores, the one in New Westminster and then the one at downtown Smythe and Seymour, of course. And, you know, like I say, for the foreseeable 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to have the Muskoka Brewing beers in.
Ralph Janikis, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
General Manager of Viti Wine and Lagers at Seymour and Smythe in the Moda Hotel.
I'm just here for the beer.